Welcome to another episode of the Roughly Related to Reselling podcast. My name is Perry Phillips. Follow me on Instagram at Perry Flips with a Z. Flips and Giggles pretty much everywhere else. Whatnot, eBay, and Facebook. So you'll be able to find me there, Flips and Giggles. And if you are a chaotic, disorganized mess like myself and need a little help figuring out your bookkeeping, look no further. My Reseller Genie has you covered. I am a proud affiliate of My Reseller Genie, and if you use my promo code GIGGLES, you're going to get 15% off the bookkeeping software and 15% off the bookkeeping course, so you're going to learn some stuff too. So if you do the annual course, it comes out to like 3 months or something like that. It's pretty good, and it keeps you organized. It imports all your stuff from eBay, Poshmark, Whatnot, so it comes in really handy. So My Reseller Genie, promo code GIGGLES, or use the link on my Instagram page. All right. We're into it. I wasn't going to do video. Last week, I finally uploaded the video onto YouTube. And this week, I cannot find my SD card for the camera. I have no idea where it is. And I have like very little time to record the podcast. We're going to Story Wars Thursday night at Mohegan Sun, and so I'm excited about that. My wife and I, it's like our first overnight without the kids in a long time, since our firstborn was born. I went to my buddy's wedding, I think she was, God, how old was she? She had to have been just a few months. She wasn't that old or maybe she was a little over a year. Yeah, she was a little over a year. And we did our first overnight trip for my friend's wedding. And, that was the last time. That was 2021, I think. So about 5 years ago. So I'm excited. I don't love casinos. I'm not a big casino guy. I kind of know how to play blackjack. I hate playing blackjack with people who know how to play blackjack because then they get all pissed off at you for, not playing by the rules. And I used to know the rules, but now it's been so long that I don't really remember them too well. So there was a few years back, we went, my wife had this friend who, I think it was her birthday maybe. And so it was a kind of a last minute thing. My wife got the day off or something, or she had the day off and I was working, and it was when I was really broke. And so my wife was like, take the day off, blah, 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 blah. It was one of those things, she just wanted me to go with her. She was like, you won't have to pay much money. They got a party bus. So the girl whose birthday it was, got a party bus. So they had a party bus. All we had to do was bring our own alcohol on the party bus. And then when we got to the casino, it was a casino in California. I don't remember which one. And when we got to the casino, they had cabanas by the pool. So we chilled by the pool all day. They had football on because this chick was a big Patriots fan. So they had NFL football on in the cabana. They had tons. I just remember a lot of chicken fingers. And I remember there was having to go off to find this area without cameras to smoke weed and shit. So, and I think I went over there to smoke cigarettes, but I think you could smoke in the casinos, obviously. So we were out by the cabanas pretty much all day because, I didn't have any money to gamble. I think I brought $40 to gamble. I was not working and I was potentially spending money. So I had to kind of limit it. And, so there was I think we had 30 minutes left, before the bus left. You had to be at this hotel room. Some of the people were staying there, but we had to meet at this hotel room because they were taking some of the people back with the party bus. And so we get to so we go inside, and I had looked online about how to win at the slot machines, to see if there's any competitive advantage. And I remember reading something that was listen for the sound of machines going off, and that section will be paying out at that moment. Like they pay out in sections. So if you hear a section in a casino that's like loud at one point, like go towards that section and then like, you know, basically follow the sound of the machines like paying out, you know. And so that's what we did. We were like kind of going around till we found an area that like people were like winning and shit. And it also said to like find the older machines if you could, like not the digital ones. And so I found one that was like kind of like a hybrid. And I put the money in, and then I went down. So I pulled it, hit the thing, and I think I instantly went up to like $100. So I went from 40 to 100, cashed out. I was like, all right, I'm cashing out. And then I went to the next machine. I went down to like, I think 80 or something like that. And I was like, all right, I'm not going any further. Then I went to the third machine, and like my money started going down. And I think right before I was about to cash out, I hit it again, and I hit the jackpot. And I didn't hit max bet, unfortunately, so I would have won a lot more. And so I hit for like 2,500, I think it was, or maybe it was like 1,800. I can't remember. It was such a long time ago. But at the time, it felt like $1 million. And so like I was trying to be quiet about it, and they like, because they like walk up to you in the casino and just start counting out your money, like. You know what I mean? They just start handing it to you, and there's all these people just looking at you get cashed out. Like, I'm like, dude, this is so like I hated it. It was like I don't want to win at the casino. You know what I mean? And then I'm like paranoid. Like if I go out tomorrow night or whatever night we're there, and I win, and then like you know, because I take that shit and I'm like I win and I go, all right, I'm done. I'm not one of those people who's like, all right, I'm giving it right back to the casino. I'm like, I'm done. Like I'm out. I'm good. I won this. I don't need any more. And yeah, so like I don't want to win because it makes me all nervous and paranoid that somebody's going to come take it from me. So, but we'll see. That was like the craziest. So then we go back to the hotel room, and like this girl's bragging about how she won like $175, and they're like, oh, she's the big winner. And I didn't want to say anything because like one, like we were in public still, and like two, like, you know, I wanted to like pull the people aside, which I ended up doing, to be like, hey, can I help pay for anything? And they were like, no, that was the whole point. You won, like that. Take your winnings, like you're good. Like we're glad you won, because they had like money. It was like her family had money and shit, so they didn't give a shit. But yeah, so this girl's like bragging. She's like, I won like $175. Da, da, da. And my wife's friend's like, oh, Perry won fucking 2,500, however much it was. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. It was between like 1,500 and 2,500. I remember that. And just like announces to everybody that I won all this money, and like, yeah, it was crazy. So then we like had to take this long bus back, and I wasn't really drunk. Like I think that's what helped me. Like getting drunk and being at the casino is no good. But if I'm like high and shit, and like I think I can do better at the casino, but we'll see how it goes. It's been a long time since I've gone to the casino, and I'm like not looking forward to it. I'm just going to do the same thing, bring $40, and that's it. It's typically what I bring when I go to the casino. I'm not spending more than 40 because I want to spend money on like, you know, going to yard sales and all that shit. So it is what it is, but so yeah, now I am. Today was like my wife worked 5 in a row, so I've been home with my kids for 5 days, just me and me and them. I did 2 whatnots in that time period. Been selling stuff on eBay, but they are, yeah, they're a handful. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not like, you know, we went to like a reptile thing today, and then I took them in the pool this morning. So we got an early start. We were in the pool by like 9:30, and so I'm hoping they'll be tired enough, because we're going from when my wife gets out of work, she's getting home, and then we're driving to my in-laws, and my in-laws are going to watch the girls when we go to the casino tomorrow. So we're going to go there tonight, and then tomorrow morning we're going to basically just leave our fucking kids, which is going to be amazing. I love my kids. I was with them 5 days in a row. I've been with them all summer. You know, they're in good hands with Grandma and Pop Pops. We trust Grandma and Pop Pops. And the dog's going to be going there too. So they've got our whole family. Our whole little family is going to be at Grandma and Pop Pops. And then we're going to go pick them up and then go to Grandma. They have a campsite. So we're going to go out there for the weekend. And it's like it's not a girls thing, but it's like a tea party. So my girls and my wife and Grandma are all going to go to that on Saturday. So that should be fun. And I get to go picking in Western Mass, which is my favorite thing to do lately because it's just been so good. There's been so much stuff. And yeah, I'm excited. I've got a lot of stuff that I've got to get to when we get back. I just tried to clear out some clothes. It wasn't a great sale. I think I made like $30. It wasn't great. But I have so many other things that I need to run. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So, and then last night I did, it's been crazy. So like, I've been trying to be a lot more active on Instagram. Not even active, just consistent. So like the first thing I do in the morning is try to figure out what I'm going to post on Instagram, which is like, I know that's like I should have like a schedule, but I don't know how resellers make schedules for like, you're constantly finding new shit and like, you know, so I feel like it's almost impossible doing what I do to be on a content schedule. But in the mornings, if I get up, like, so today I got up, I was like, fuck, I need something to post. So I had all these vintage Legos that I had like kind of shown in a video. Like I showed them in a tub, but I hadn't actually busted them out and made them look nice. So I made them look nice, added like captions and shit like that. And I think it's helped my shit out. I had a post that like didn't go like viral, but like mini viral, I guess. Like I had like 60 likes on it, which is like the most I've ever had. So, I mean, to me, that's like, so, but I've been trying to be more consistent. So I posted something last week and, I had, Sunny Las Vegas reached out to me. So if you're familiar with reselling and stuff, you'll know Sunny. I've been following him for a while and, so it was him and then Kat, the nurse flipper, who's like one of the OG YouTube resellers. So so Sunny reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be on their podcast. So that was yesterday, and is a live podcast. So it was my first time doing a live podcast. But I've done lives before, obviously, like I do Whatnot and all that stuff. And I'm kind of like comfortable in that situation. It's weird. I don't even get nervous for shit like that anymore. You know what I mean? I was hoping I was going to get nervous and get my adrenaline spiked last night because my fucking head, out of nowhere, like in the afternoon, I just started getting a headache. And I was like, well, this isn't good. I've got a podcast tonight. And so I just kept drinking water. And then my wife's like, well, you need to drink like electrolytes because, you know, you've been drinking. Like I drank like 6 or 7 like bottles, like of my like refillable bottle of water, and she's like, you need to get some like sodium replaced because you probably are like peeing out a lot of sodium and like that's going to make you dehydrated too. So then I had to take a liquid IV. I took ibuprofen in the afternoon. I took Tylenol later right before I went on the show, and I still just the whole time had like it got better, but it was still just like a lingering headache. So then when I got on, well, the first thing I came in and they were like, what's up, Esteban? I'm like, and they're like, oh, you're not Esteban. So they had the wrong person, which, you know, shit happens. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be annoyed about that. I guess they looked at like the wrong week. But it's just funny to me because my entire life, like my name is so simple, but like, it's just, my mom just like cursed me with this name that just like is impossible for people to get right one way or another. So like it's just almost like comical at this point to me. Like I you know, I'm like fucking, I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm going on like a podcast for a YouTuber. I used to like, I started watching when I first started doing reseller and learning, and like that was like my formative years of reselling. And I get on and they fucking call me Esteban. So I just have to laugh at that shit. Like, I remember years ago I think I've told this story before, but I went with my buddy Jay to this thing called College Fest, and it was like this big free event in Boston. And like the big draw that they had were these two Playboy bunnies that were there. And the line just to meet these one of them actually ended up being Sarah Underwood. I think I have told this story. One of them ended up being Sarah Underwood, who was like Playmate of the Year for like a few years back. She's super mega fucking hot, like super fucking hot. It was her and some no-name bitch, whatever. So we wait in this long-ass line, and it is loud in there, so I'll give him that. And we wait, and like we get there, and they sign. They have headshots that they like give you to sign. And they're like, what's your name? Like, you tell them your name. So I say Perry, like as loud as I can, like enunciate. One wrote Berry, and then the other one wrote Harry. So I'm like, well, that's like at least RRY, you know what I mean? But the first two they fucked up on. And then my buddy, they got his name completely right, and it's like a 4-syllable name. Like, I was like, God damn, dude, that was fucking bullshit. So, you know, it is what it is. It was a fun time. It was a good podcast. You know, it sucked that I had a fucking headache, and they had some audio issues when I first like signed on. So it didn't, you know, it was just it was kind of like Murphy's Law for me yesterday. So it is what it is. I'm sure I'll be back on. I think it went well. You know, I thought I was a little not nervous at first, but I was just kind of like, you know, I never have claimed to be like an educator as far as like reselling stuff goes, but I've been doing it so long that I just kind of turn into that if I'm having like a serious discussion about it. So I you know, I think it went well. So I was excited about that. I just thought it was funny that they called me Esteban. That might be the name of this episode, Esteban. Definitely a cooler name than mine. Isn't that like Steven in Spanish? So it's not as cool. Perry's cooler. Sorry, Stevens. My cousin's fiance's name is Steven, and her child. So Esteban. Esteban's definitely cooler. Anyway. So yeah, it's been I've been trying to list a little bit more on eBay. So apparently, I don't know, they were talking about this on the podcast last night. I guess eBay has been like rolling out that they're going to be handling delayed shipments, which they should be, because it's been happening like all the fucking time, where you have these orders that get shipped and then they get delayed, and then you have to pay out of pocket for them, and then, you know, and then sometimes you don't get paid for it. Like I had those earrings that, like, luckily the dude actually sent the earrings back and I got paid for it eventually, but that was just you know, it was one of those things that was kind of annoying. So anywho, it's probably not going to be a super long podcast today, because like I said, I've been running around today. I'm excited for the fall, man. It's getting, I haven't gotten sick of my kids, even after 5 days and the house looking like a fucking absolute mess. I haven't gotten to that point where I'm like, you guys need to go to school. It's coming up close. Like my oldest goes back end of this month, and then my youngest goes back a few days into next month. So, you know, I'll have a lot more time. I know. I need to get organized. The first thing I'm going to do is like reorganize. I cleaned out my basement, whereas like all my whatnot and eBay stuff is. You know, when I first started, I was just doing eBay, and then I kind of expanded to Facebook, and then I expanded to Whatnot. Now I'm doing eBay, Facebook, and Whatnot, and I don't have like a system to organize. It's just kind of all mixed in everywhere. So I want to pull everything out. That's like the first thing I'm going to do is pull everything out, and then just kind of start over and start putting stuff in different places. Because I thought I heard somebody like in this room with me. I just yawned. That was weird. And yeah, so I want to pull everything out and just kind of start fresh and reorganize from top to bottom, bottom to top. And hopefully it doesn't take me too long. I should be able to bang it out in like a full day, like maybe 2 days. It's going to take more like time to just like figure everything out. So, then this last weekend, I did a few sales. I'm trying to think what I found. Oh, I found my first hen on nests. And yeah, that was the post. I posted about that on Instagram, and that post like went crazy. People were all about that hen on nest, and yeah, somebody sent me an offer this morning for $285, and I was like half asleep, and I like counter offered at $400, thinking like that they would counter offer again, and they never do. And then like, so I started lowering the price, and then they sent me an offer of $235. I'm like, well, that's not good. So it's down at $300 right now, and like people are just kind of like circling, and I really wish I had just taken that $285 this morning. It would have been already packed up, ready to ship, but we'll see. I'm going to send them a message when I'm done here in a minute and be like, hey, if you're still interested at $285, I can do that now. But otherwise, I'll probably wait till I get back from my little vacation. Say something like that. Create a little sense of urgency. Try to get that thing shipped out today. So, yeah. It's been fun summer so far. What else did we do last weekend? Oh, yeah, the hen on nest. I got that for $5 each. And then I got a few t-shirts. Nothing crazy. I found another, like, Rolling Stones t-shirt. I found these, like, big, like, VHS sets, like, collector's edition VHS sets. And I bought them. And I really wish I hadn't. They don't hold a ton of value. Should have looked them up, but I was like, I've never seen these before. Sometimes you get kind of caught up, and this was at the end of the day after I had done well. So I'm like, at this point, I'm just buying shit. I need to stop because I'm just buying shit. So I sold one to my friend immediately because her husband likes Lion King shit. So I sent that. I hit her up, was like, hey. So I sent that one out and sold that immediately. But now I'm like, I don't want it. Like, that one was a pain in the ass to ship. And now all these other ones are. So I might have to just sell them locally. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I wish I had just not picked them up. At least I made my money back on them. So it's not like a huge deal. And I can try to maybe sell them on Facebook. But we'll see. We shall see. All right, let me see what else I got to talk about. How much time have I done? I can't even see my thing here. Oh, not bad, not bad. So this week there is a sale that's like in a consignment event. So like, I forget what it said, but it was like a clown consignment event is, I think, the exact words that it used. I was like, a clown consignment event. And there's a picture of a clown, and it's like they're looking for vendors and people to donate stuff or, consign stuff for this big sale that they're doing, yard sale type sale. And it's for like the art of clowning. It's like, so that was like what the goal was. It was like to pass on and to like continue the art of clowning. I was like, yeah, this has gotta be a joke. you clowning, dog. And I have a fucking canker sore like right under my tongue, and it's like almost healed, but like that's like when the pain is the worst on these things, and it sucks. I don't know why I get them. I don't get them often, but I get them like occasionally. Like they come sporadically, and it's really annoying. Anyway, what the fuck was I going to say? I need to go back to my thing because I don't remember, honestly. Oh, yeah, so a clown consignment event. I wanted to take my wife because they're all going to be dressed as clowns. Like, absolutely, definitely dressed as clowns. What else? Oh, yeah, so somebody posted there was an estate sale. I didn't go to it because it wasn't really near me. But they posted, like, if you purchased any items from this estate sale on this date at this location, Please, I want to buy them back. Like, this was an unauthorized estate sale, wasn't supposed to happen. So if you happen to find any of that stuff, please let me know and like send any info. I was like, damn. I wonder if people would actually return them. You know what I mean? Because like, you bought it fair and square. So I don't know. And then you got to go drive all the way back. You know what I mean? If you're gonna come pick it up, maybe. But the problem is like, if you just posted the sale, like the sign or something, nobody would even know. They would just, you know what I mean? Like, they could just stop by and just like buy stuff. They'll never see it again. Hey, that sold for $300. Let me see. Who bought it? Was it the same person who's been circling around the block? No, it was somebody else. Somebody else entirely. You snooze, you lose, lady. All right, I guess I'm going to the post office today. I had somebody else offer me like $20 on like a $40 CD. I'm like, dog, I could just sell that on Whatnot for fucking $10. What do you mean? What do you mean? All right, that helps. That's good. I just had a bunch of bills at the same time. I hate when that shit happens. And like the electric bill, because we're using the AC and we have these shitty old ACs because we don't fucking have central air yet. We have so many projects that we have to do that. Like, we just haven't even done one a year yet. We haven't done one for this year. We're trying to figure out what we're trying to get, like, we need our dishwasher moved. We've got like 3 kitchens right now. We only need 1. So we're trying to condense everything, move shit around. The house is just a clusterfuck right now. We need like an interior designer. I need somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing to come in and be like, hey, let me help you guys. And then a lot of like the kids stuff we're getting rid of. There's like a lot of like puzzles and shit that they've kind of outgrown that's just everywhere. So again, once we opened up the second part of the house, it's like there's just so much stuff. My fucking mom's vase is up here. I forgot that we have my mom's vase with like her ashes in it, but there's no flowers in it. So we got to actually remember to put flowers in this thing. It's just an urn at this point. We got the one that's a flower vase for no fucking reason. So any hoodles. I'm so glad that just sold for $300. That's why you wait, kids. That's why you wait. But yeah, that sucks. I mean, if I had gone to that sale and I knew that I had gone to that sale, I'd probably try to get them their stuff back because that's shitty. That's shitty. I don't even know how that happens though. Like, how does somebody just have an estate? It had to be like a family member. You know what I mean? That's the only way. I went to a sale. It wasn't even a sale. It was like free stuff. They had posted like on one of the buy nothing things back when you could actually get free shit on there before everybody and their fucking mother knew about it. And so they posted like free stuff at this house. It was like basically you just show up at the house and like everything was free. So they had like a whole collection of like Charles Dickens Christmas stuff. So I like loaded up my car. She was like, yeah, just leave like a couple of them for somebody who said they were going to come pick some up. So I was like, can I take the rest? She was like, yeah, take whatever you want. So I took it all. And then I loaded up, like I got, it was one of those like little local, like place where like old guys can buy a membership and drink, like Elks Lodge. It was one of those type of places. And there was like a little box filled with like trinkets and stuff like from all types of shit from this place. I forget what it was, but they had like a couple little pins or rings or something that was in there. And those were worth like $200 to $250, I think, something like that. Cause there was gold in them. So I sold a few of those. But anyway, when I got to the house, I had already like loaded shit up and I was like leaving. And like one of the family members showed up and he was like pissed that this sister or whatever was giving shit away. And like, it was like a whole thing. And she was like, yeah, I guess we're not doing that. She's like, you can take that stuff and just go. Like, so I like took it and left, but I was just like, it was very weird. Like they were like fighting. And so, yeah, it was very interesting. This was crazy. This eBay just recently had to like settle. I usually don't talk about shit in the news, but this was pretty crazy. eBay had to settle. I didn't catch all of it, but it was like an intimidation case where like there was these 2 bloggers who like I guess like wrote something bad about eBay, which like I talk shit about eBay all the time. I'm surprised they even come for me. I'm just not big enough yet. And so they like sent like dead animals or something, and like they were sending them just like crazy shit, sending threats, like all types of shit, like trying to just scare these people. But anyway, like they ended up having to settle with eBay. So like it sounds like it happened. And eBay's of course like, we had no like knowledge of this. Like, what do you mean you had no knowledge? So these independent employees just like wanted to protect the company so bad. Like nobody cares that fucking much that they're gonna go to those lengths. That was definitely orchestrated from the top. But that's crazy. Like you're just doing a food blog and like they start sending you like animal parts and shit. I don't remember what they were sending. It was fucked up shit. Let me try to look it up so I'm not saying shit that's not true. But yeah, it was eBay intimidation case. eBay intimidation scandal. Cyberstalking campaign targeting e-commerce bloggers Ina and David Steiner. 7 former employees pleaded guilty. The company paid a criminal fine and nearly $56 million civil settlement was reached. Ooh, I would let them harass me for $56 million. Are you fucking kidding me? eBay, you suck, dude. Fucking do something. Do something. Do something. That's crazy. $56 million. The senior executives were angered by the newsletter's tone and coverage of eBay litigation. Oh, it was like their eBay litigation? That's crazy. They received a bloody pig Halloween mask, a funeral wreath, live cockroaches and spiders, a book on surviving the loss of a spouse. Yo! Oh my God. And unwanted food deliveries? I'd be all right with that. This all sounds like good things, except for the weirdo like spouse thing. Live cockroaches and spiders. I mean, it's not like they like are like, they're probably in a box. You just fucking take the box and toss it in the woods. I mean, a funeral wreath, okay, and a bloody pig mask, but $56 million for that? That's crazy. But yeah, you can't do that. They sent threatening Twitter messages, posted the couple's home address. Yeah, that's fucked up. To invite strangers for sexual encounters. Oh my God. And travel from California to Massachusetts to surveil them and install a GPS tracker on their car. Wow. Well, now. Yeah, it's pretty crazy if you didn't hear this story. So yeah, normally I wouldn't talk about like eBay stock, like news and shit. But how much time have I done? That just felt like it took a lot of time. Oh, not too much time. That was just like a quick 10 minutes. Quick 10 minutes. What else? I think I went through all the shit I want to talk to. I'm excited for Story Wars, and we're going to try and see Spider-Man tonight. We took the kids to see Toy Story 5, so it was the first time we've been to the movies in a while. We went to see Paddington in Peru. What a dog shit movie that was. With my kids like years back. There was like no movies. We were trying to take them to the movies to see something. I'm like, they've never been to the movies. And I look, and it's like, I kept checking, and it was like for the longest time, just nothing. And then finally I had like Paddington in Peru. I was like, all right, I guess this is what we're seeing. So we went and saw that. But Toy Story 5, I liked it. I thought it was good. It was a lot of Jessie. It's definitely a Jessie movie. But I feel like the last one, she wasn't really in it. So like, I would be cool if the next one was like all the side characters. Like if they just kind of do like different stories with the, because Woody and Buzz were kind of, tertiary characters. Is that the right word? If I use that word correctly just then, give me a fucking medal, because I don't read shit. Let me see. I'm just curious if I just use that word correctly, because I would be very impressed with myself. I would be very, very impressed with myself. Tertiary, it's third in order, rank, or stage. Primary. So what did I say? Yeah, the tertiary. They're like not the primary, or they rank third in order. Fuck yeah, dude. I got it right. That was correct. Hell yeah. That's amazing. Look at God. Whew, look at God. And now, so the last thing I guess I'll talk about, because I have nothing else to talk about. I really don't. I went through those topics really quick. And again, I gotta get done, because I gotta wrap it up, because we're gonna be heading out soon. So I got a bunch of shit I gotta do still, and now I gotta go pack up that hen on nest. Oh my gosh. I just think there's a, so I don't know if you've been following like the WNBA. But what's her name? Sophie Cunningham, who's like kind of hot. She's kind of, I'm not big into like tall, skinny blonde chicks, but like, I don't know, there's something about her that she's just kind of hot. But anyway, she said some shit. I don't even know what she said about something about trans people playing in the basketball league. The only thing I thought funny, because I'm not gonna say like chime in with my opinion or anything like that, but I just thought it was funny that they're like that people who are like giving her a hard time are just basically like, what would make the women's national basketball league better? Men. Like, so anyway, my kid. I just thought that was funny. That's the end of the podcast. I got to wrap it up. My kid's calling me to go potty. Follow me again, Instagram, Perry Flips with a Z, Flips and Giggles. Make sure you Flips and Giggles everywhere else. No Whatnot show later this week. We might do a pop-up, but we'll be back next week with some cool shit. I still have those Polly Pockets. I still have that Brat stuff to do. So again, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. And yeah, check us out. We'll be back again. I'm sorry that there's no video again, but I had to get this done, and I'm sorry it's quick. But again, you got something, so quit your bitching. Love you. Bye.